guys, Ghost Phantom here, and I have an interesting theory that I came up with that I wanted to talk about in the Beyblade series in general. I will be basing this on the Beyblade Metal series and Beyblade Burst. The interesting thing I've noticed has to do with the characters Ryuga from the Beyblade Metal series and Frida La Hoya from Beyblade Burst, and due to these character similarities, I've been having a feeling that these two characters from different Beyblade universes are, in a way, the same exact person, or due to that I believe that Free is the reincarnation of Ryuga. Well, before I start, I know there are people who are watching this who are going to tell me that there are a lot of characters similar to Ryuga in the Burst series, like Louis, Sueo, or any other left-rotating bay or counterclockwise, depending on how you want to refer to it. But the reason I feel like it's more of Free because he has more in common with Ryuga. That's what got me thinking about this. So now that I have that out of the way, let me explain to you why I believe that Free is the reincarnation of Ryuga. For starters, there's a scene in Metal Fury. Ryuga walked up to a tiger, staring him down, but the tiger got scared by him, just staring the tiger down with a menacing look, which got the tiger to change his mind and walk away from him. And in Burst Evolution, Free did the same thing. But the only difference is that Free was at the zoo, and he was having a staring showdown with a tiger, and he looked so deep into the tiger's eyes that it put the tiger in fear and made the tiger walk away. Another thing that I have noticed is that in Metal Masters, Ryuga was getting stopped by some kind of SWAT team that was going to arrest him, or basically threaten him by launching their bays at him. So he decided to fight back by watching his bay, but instead of using his launcher, he used his hand to spin it. Not only that, but it starts off spinning really slow until the SWAT bays start attacking his bay, making it spend a lot more time stealing spin speed and defeating theirs. With Free, it was the same situation, but with him, it was a little different how it happened. Let me explain. Basically, whenever you first see him in battle, he battles against Volt during the training tribulations, or something like that. Instead of deciding to battle with his bay on his launcher, he decides to let it rip using his hand by throwing it and spinning it like a frisbee in some way. So whenever the battle started, just like Ryuga, it started off spinning very slowly until Volt's base started hitting it, causing it to spin faster and slow down his opponents, causing them to stop spinning. Another thing about the situation is that both Ryuga's Bay Meteor El Drago and Free's Bay Drain Fafnir both have some kind of rubber on their bays to steal spin speed from their opponents. Also, did I forget to mention that they are both left rotating, which means they spin counterclockwise. Also, they talk down on their opponents, showing no remorse or regret for the things they say to them. Not only that, whenever they're at a moment where they feel like they're about to lose or need to push themselves, they have some kind of glowing aura whenever they get real, intense, or locked in, which makes their bodies stronger to withstand their opponents. Another thing that they have somewhat in common but also different is that they do the most difficult or unusual thing that makes you question if they're even humans with the type of training they talk. For instance, Ryuga trains inside a volcano. Free trains by lifting heavy boulders, and I mean actual giant rocks of boulders, to strengthen their blader skills. Finally, they're also both able to sense when someone has dark curse energy in them. For example, in Metal Masters, Ryuga was able to tell that whenever Tsubasa was going insane and causing mass destruction, he was determined to fight Julian with his left rotation side of his Bay Excalibur and his Bay Eagle. Without him needing any information, he can already sense that the curse energy is in Tsubasa. Due to my understanding of the curse energy, I know what some of you are going to say. It's called dark energy, but I do not care. I'm going to call it curse energy. Well, to be honest, I don't know why, it just feels more fitting to call it that way. So now, moving on to Free and Beyblade Burst Turbo. Whenever Iger wanted to have a rematch with him, Free noticed that something was off with Iger, and he realized it was cursed energy, and he was the only one that was able to tell what the curse energy was. So he decided to go all out to stop him. Now that I have explained all of the similarities between Ryuga and Frida La Hoya, let me explain to you how I believe that these two are the same person but in different universes. So for those who know about before the end of Season 3 of the Metal series, also known Metal Fury, before Ryuga died, he passed on his star fragment energy to Kenta. After Kenta took Ryuga's star fragment, Ryuga fades away into dust, which implies that he died. But when you watch Beyblade Burst Evolution, You see Free who has similar traits to him, and keep in mind the Metal series came out way before Burst and it's a separate universe to the Metal series. So what I'm implying is, what if after Ryuga died he got reincarnated into the Burst universe, or what others like to call it isekai, into another Beyblade universe and became Free de la Hoya? And for those say who are about to bring up the Metal series manga, let it be known that the manga is a completely different universe than the TV show. And it has been confirmed for that. So there wouldn't be any need to compare to the manga, so that concludes my entire theory on Ryuga and Free de la Hoya being the same person. But hey, you guys are free to disagree with me and let me know what your guys' thoughts on this whole situation, and at the end of the day, it's just a theory.